Hello Libra, welcome back to my channel. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for coming back. If you're new, welcome. This is a general reading for your sign for the month of July. I'll just be going over a few placements that I feel will be noteworthy. It won't be everything, but just a quick overview. So on the 10th of July, we have a new moon in Cancer, and the sun will be 1 degree away, so a very close connection there. And the Cancer energy is at an angle to Libra, so I expect a few things to come about. But a new moon is always a clean slate, a new beginning of some sort, or about a sort of potential. And with the sun there, I feel it's going to magnify it in some way. But Cancerian energy is always about feelings, exploring those, intuitions, instincts, all of those things. So very feeling energy. It may be about domestic things, personal issues, and family. Those sorts of things may come up. So that's 10th of July. Then we move on to Venus and Mars conjunction in Leo. This conjunction doesn't happen very often, so it's a beautiful energy. Venus representing the feminine and Mars representing the masculine in the Leo energy, which is very bold, very loving, romantic. There's leadership in there, courage, integrity, and honor. And also maybe a little bit of spending coming in, a love of luxuries, and possibly even ego and sort of pride coming in. So just see how that plays out for you. That will be on the 13th and the 14th of July. They are quite close together throughout, but their actual conjunction is 13 and 14 July. So on either side of that, you will notice the two of them sort of coming together. So that could be quite interesting. Then we move on to 18 July. The Sun and Pluto are on opposite ends of the sky. So that will be quite a big thing for a number of people. It is at an angle to Libra. So I feel that that's going to create or stimulate certain things. And it's going to pick up things that are like weaknesses or things that need to be worked on. Now, the Sun will be in Cancer. So again, this lovely feeling energy, but all about emotions, feelings, home-related, domestic things, and personal issues. And then we've got Pluto in Capricorn. It is retrograde, so that will be Capricornian energy. The two are opposite each other. So I feel there will be some things to be worked out between domestic, home, personal things, and all other things outside of the home. And this could be ambitions, career, even issues to do with your greater persona in the world, and even authoritarian people or institutions, government, so on, things like that. So some sort of challenge is going to come up there. Kind of balancing of those two, and it will affect everybody, but it's on the 18th of July. Then we move to Virgo energy, which will be highlighted by Venus, which is going to be moving in there on the 23rd of July. So there will be a shift with the Venus energy moving into Virgo, and then that will be followed a bit later by Mars on the 30th of July. So then they come to close together again, but this time in Virgo. Then we have full moon in Aquarius on the 24th of July. So the Aquarian energy is also air energy, harmonious to Libra. So full moon is always a result, but it can also be about gratitude, can also be about forgiveness, depending on the situation. And Jupiter is about 30 degrees away, and that will give a boost to that energy. I think it's going to amplify that full moon energy. Then we have Jupiter is busy moving through retrograde phase at the moment, so it's just in the very last stage, very early stages of Pisces. It will be going backwards into Aquarius, and that will happen on the 29th of July. Again, Aquarius is harmonious to Libra, so that will be going back over ground we've already covered. This would have been certainly for the first half of this year, so I feel it will be a refinement of whatever we covered during the first part of this year. So let's see what we've got for you. Jupiter is a very expansive energy. You can get breakthroughs, you can have luck, all kinds of lovely things can come in. It can bring in optimism even. So let's see what we've got for you now. We've got 9th house, 5th house, and we've got 3rd house. See what astrological guidance we get now. We've got Mars. We've got Grand Trine. We've got Saturn. Okay. The bottom of the astrology deck is solar eclipse revolution. So we've already been through this. So there may have been some things which came up during that solar eclipse. And they could be kind of reverberating now, or there could be echoes of that, or it could just be the energy of this coming in for you. If you didn't really notice the one that we had, so just see where you are, but it's the energy of the solar eclipse that's coming in. Okay, we had Maeve coming in. We've got Sarasvati. We've got Artemis. Okay. Bottom of the deck is Isolde, Undying Love. Let's get a fairy tarot for you. King of Summer. Lovely. This could symbolize a person, or it's the energy coming in for you. Bottom of the deck is 8 of Autumn. Let's get a Destiny card. Care. Okay. Okay, so let's start here. We've got 9th house. So 9th house covers a number of areas. It can also be, it's mostly about adventure or exploration or expansion of some sort coming in. And this could be related to a number of things. It can be physical travel, but it can also be to do with adventures of the mind. So in other words, expansions of the mind through your belief systems or philosophy or religion, things like that. But it is also to do with education. So this can be higher learning. This would be university level education, or it could be even adult education. Something to do with that, learning or sort of expansion of your ideas, or cultures, learning about other cultures, or just expansion of your knowledge in general. It's also the intuitive processes that you undergo in your daily life, and it's the understanding of truth, whether that is through learning or through adventure or exploration, the seeking of truth, and that brings in wisdom. And if it's connected to religion or belief systems, it can be about faith in whatever it is that you believe, or your religious system, or whatever it is that you kind of fall back on when you are progressing through life. But it really is quite an expansive energy, and it's kind of it could also be to do with legal things, and it might be something to do with that. You could be learning about the law, or you could be in legal situation. It can bring in issues to do with the higher courts as well. So you could be learning about that, or you could be involved in that in some way. And this would then be the seeking of the truth. The seeking of the truth underpins all of these various aspects of this house. In some cases, it can be relationship to in-laws as well. So this might be, to do with a relationship. We'll see now how we go. So now we've got Mars here, and then we've got Maeve cycles and rhythms. So this is saying that this can be a very passionate energy. It's a very forceful energy. It's kind of your will, and your you're going after something. The fire has been lit, and now you're going after something. So it could be that energy and that enthusiasm. It could be passion. So this could be for a course of study, or for something that you're learning about or you're understanding. It could be travel. Ninth house can be international travel or long distance travel. Perhaps you're wanting to really do this now, or you're going after something in some way which may be connected to that. But it's also it can also be to do with things to do with like teaching, the expression, the dissemination of knowledge. So ninth house can be about teaching. It can also be about publishing. So there's some sort of impetus, some sort of energy that's coming in for you now, something that you're actually going to initiate. It could be public relations related as well. But with this energy, it can also be that you may have to compete or defend yourself in some way. It's a combatant kind of an energy. There's a very strong warrior energy attached to this. So you could be defending yourself, or you could be competing for something. Perhaps you're competing in a form of study, or it could be in a legal situation, or it could be to do with something that you're promoting, and you've got to really put your energy into it to promote that, so that you get noticed and acknowledged. But it can also be a challenge that you're facing at this time as well, and it's the gathering of the energy in order to do that. It's a lot of power coming in with this card. It can also be that you may just need to be a bit careful with this energy, that you're not forcing or pushing things at this time that may not need to be going that way right now. So the very best course of action for when you've got a strong Mars is sort of like tempered steel. It's measured action, but nonetheless action, and harnessing that power, harnessing that energy, so that it's kind of in a controlled way. Otherwise, it can be quite explosive, the Mars energy. Now we've got Maeve cycles and rhythms. So I do feel that this could also be a little bit of impatience or anger coming in. Or it could be that you are expending a lot of energy in a rush and then feeling exhausted afterwards, and now you have to shore up your energy. But it's something that you're working on in the ninth house. It's something that you're going after, something that you're trying to either plan or initiate or disseminate information, or it could, as I said, it could be learning related as well. So Maeve cycles and rhythms honor the cycles of your body, energy levels, and emotions. So with the Mars energy, it's about that. When you get the power and when you get the energy, then fine, go after what it is that you need to. Do it in a measured and controlled way. But when you need to rest, then you need to rest. Okay, because I do feel that you need to gather your energy for something here. You've got the ninth house, so it's a very expansive energy, as I said, but you need to gather this very enthusiastic, forthright, warrior kind of an energy. You need to gather your energy at this time, because with Maeve, usually an opportunity is coming in for you. It may not be here right now, but you need to prepare for this. You also need to, as I say, rest when you need to rest, and then take action when you've got the urge, or when you've got the energy, or when the cycle shifts, and then you get the go ahead to move on something. But in the meantime, just honor the cycles of your body, the rhythms, the biorhythms, and get enough rest and prepare, because when the opportunity comes in, you want to be ready. Now we have got here, at the bottom of the Fairy Tarot is 8 of Autumn. Do more research before proceeding. Education in the form of seminars, going back to school, or apprenticeships. Excellent craftsmanship and long-term projects. Okay, so that goes with this. So it's just saying that you need to do a bit of background work. You need to do your homework. Do more research. The ninth house, you're obviously going to be going after something, or you're trying to go for something, but you need to do a bit more research about it. And then it's obviously bringing up the education aspect, which is an aspect of the ninth house. So something that you're learning, something that you're kind of going to be going into, but you're going to need to really harness your energy to do this, okay? As I said, it could even be an apprenticeship, or something like that, or it's craftsmanship, but it also could be something that you're writing or you're teaching, because it says forms of seminar, so you could be giving the information out and learning it as well, or whichever way is appropriate for you. But it's saying that this is coming in at this time. Now we have got here fifth house. So fifth house is the house of recreation. This is the house of having fun, all recreational activities. So this could be sports, it can be club activities, or it could be handcrafts, anything that is recreational, fun, and pleasurable for you. Whether you're doing it on your own, or and whether it's more body related or handcraft related. And as it said here, excellent craftsmanship in this message. So something is coming in. You're using your creativity. We are all born creative. Not all of us are artistic. So just see how this energy comes in for you. Whatever it is, use your creativity or your artistry at this time. Tap into that. You've also got Sarasvati, the arts here. So this is definitely highlighted for you. This is in some way, the arts are going to be highlighted for you. It could also be musical, with Sarasvati. But even if you're just enjoying those aspects, so going to art galleries or looking at art online or just enjoying a craft course or some sort of course or some sort of form of study, or learning something. You could also be even teaching your creativity in some way. So it's saying that creativity and artistry is enhanced in some way. It can also be children related. This is the house of children, so whether they are your children, or whether you are a teacher and you're involved with other children. It could also be, that you are connecting to the children in some way. Now, this could be through a publishing adventure, like a book, or connecting via seminars or workshops for children or for adults, whichever way around it is. But it could also be just getting in touch with that wonderful, playful, creative energy which children naturally embody. And if it's your own children, they may be going through some sort of learning to do with artistry or creativity. Perhaps they're involved in that and it's a career course for them or something that they're involved in. Somehow it's being aspected for you. Now, it could also be that this may be about a love affair or the start of a love affair, or somebody that has approached you in that way. And it's all pleasurable activities around that and everything to do with that love affair. It can also be to do with risk. So this may be, requiring you to take a risk of some sort in any one of those areas. And it's something that you kind of need to work on or you want to work on. It's maybe even just an idea, but that sort of aspect does come in. Now, we have got your Grand Trine blessings, and we've also got Sarasvati, the arts. So with the Grand Trine blessings, this is a very harmonious energy. It really is bringing this harmonious vibe into you. So this can be interpreted in a number of ways. This can actually be saying that you have inherent talents and gifts that haven't been worked on or haven't really surfaced, or you perhaps need to focus on them at this time. And this will go very much with this house, all the artistry, the creativity, and then you've got Sarasvati, the arts. So express yourself through creative activities, whatever it is for you, whatever is enjoyable for you. It could be playing musical instruments, or it could just be listening to music, which enhances your creative abilities, or it's something else that you like to do or can do. Whatever it is, make sure that you do it because it brings you into the present moment. There is a full moon behind her, so I feel that the full moon on the 24th of July may be important. It is in Aquarius, which is harmonious with Libra, so something is coming in, something is going to be enhanced for you, but you need to work on it in the meantime because the full moon is a result. It's the culmination of something. So it's saying that you may very well have these inherent talents or abilities or just skills and talents that you can actually work on or that are going to surface at this time. And it's almost like it's so easy for you to do this. It's like you've got this in you. And with the Grand Trine energy, sometimes you can become a little bit complacent, where you just know you have this natural ability, but you never really focus on it because it's always just there. It's almost like it's too easy. But you need to actually focus on it. You've got to steer this energy and make it work for you. It can also be that any blocks that you've had at this time in this house are going to be lifted away, or they will just dissolve. This could be blocks or could be inhibitions that you've had, or perhaps just a mental block about using these talents or skills or ability. And as I said, it could be related to your children or children you're involved with. So it's saying that those blocks are going to fall away now or move away, and then you can flow forward. It can also be that you've been involved in some sort of creative or artistic project, or it could be something to do with your children. or it could be a creative, or sort of some sort of activity that you've been in, whether it's a physical activity. It's saying that there's completion here. This could be that you're something that you're now completing. You're now getting closure on something. It could be a love affair even, as I said. So something, you may be letting go of one person and another person is coming in. There's something to do with that. But blessings are coming in for you. This is a lovely, harmonious energy. It's almost like a gift, or gifts are coming to you, or just blessings. And it's like this feeling washes over you of harmony, or completion, or closure, whatever it is. And it's now you get the movement to go forward. You can now flow forward. Lovely energy, very nice energy, but it does require you to anchor the energy down, and it does require you to steer it still. Don't become complacent. You must actually steer this energy and make sure that these opportunities or blessings that are coming in for you are anchored down. Oh, and we have also got King of Summer here. So it's saying a romantic partner you can trust, excellent advice that comes from the heart, getting involved in cultural or creative endeavor. So this could very well be something that you, as I said, with the 5th house, that goes perfectly with the 5th house. It could even be media or stage work or poetry, whatever is creative or artistic for you. So it's saying that this is definitely coming in. Now, it could be that this new romantic partner that's coming in could be this way inclined, or you could meet them through some sort of activity that you're involved in. The King of Summer is the King of Cups, honorable, devoted, mature, and warm-hearted. So emotional person, does enjoy cultural and creative activities. So, but it could also be that you need to embody these energies into your life. Now, with Mars and Venus coming together in Leo, Leo is very much, a creative and loving and honorable energy. So warm-hearted, all of those sorts of things do come in. So it could be that that is going to activate something for you at this time. But it could also be a partner, a new love affair, or a love affair coming in for you. Excellent advice that comes from the heart. So, it could be with this care energy coming in here. It could be that somebody is caring enough to give you this advice, or it may mean that you are accessing this part of yourself at this time. So your heart is going to be activated in some way. And this is about taking care of yourself, your children if need be, or your partner, your person. It may come in again as well, we'll see. But a lovely energy, and certainly something creative, artistic is going to do you a lot of good and going to help you tremendously. So make sure that you follow up on that. Now, having said that, we have also got Isolde here, Undying Love. So I do feel that some sort of healing or some sort of love energy is coming in for you at this time. It could, as I say, come in via this love affair, or it could come in via children even. But it's saying that whatever energy, whatever love and effort that you have put into all your previous relationships, whether it's a personal love relationship or other relationships, everything, all the effort and the love and everything that you've put in to that, is all recorded. It's never wasted. Okay, it gets recorded permanently. There it is. And every experience that you go through is important and valuable. And don't think that you've wasted your time, or that you should never have done this, or you have any regret. Don't have any regret. All the love, all the effort that you put in, whatever you did, is all recorded. And she's saying that the love you have shared is eternal regardless of the situation. So whatever has happened in the past, because with the Grand Trine blessings, as I said, you're going to get completion or closure on something. And it could be to do with old love affairs or a love affair, and you now got somebody new coming in, something is being stimulated. Because this is very much about that. This is about returning to love, or opening yourself up to love after a loss or a change, or some sort of it could even have been a betrayal, or just something that just didn't work, and you may just be reflecting on that. But she's saying that there's a return to love here for you. So open yourself up to that. It's like a flower blooming. Get active, get social again, get out and about, and spend time in nature, or spend time around flowers, whether you've got flowers at home, if you've got a garden or your balcony. Get in touch with that, and like a flower that's blooming. This is kind of the love energy that's coming in for you now. It's available for you now. So open up your heart, realize that whatever occurred in the past is there, and it will always be there, and it's now time to open yourself up to new things, to new love, and to new possibilities. That's what she's talking about here. Any healing that needs to have happened from anything to do with a heartache or any kind of loss, or shift or change that has now moved you away from where you were before, this healing is very swift and very efficient, and it will move you forward. Now, we have got here third house. So the third house is everything to do with communication. So this can be to do with general relatives, aunts, uncles, cousins, siblings, or it could even be neighbors, but communication in general. So this is written, verbal, body language even. Contracts and documents also come into the third house. So if you are in a legal situation, you may be waiting for something to do with that. Or it could be to do with communication that you are receiving, so news that's coming in, or it's something that you're giving out, like an email or something that you're initiating. It can also be short journeys, so it certainly looks like movement is coming in for you. It can be short journeys, it can be car journeys, it can be some like a mini adventure. It's something that needs to be planned. But this is all forms of communication. Everything is important. Choose your words with care. And I say that because you have got the care here. So be careful what what words you are using. Also your manifestations. You want to have positive manifestations. So this is positive thinking, positive words, and that is what you will manifest. So have care with what you're saying at this time, and what you are expressing, because with the third house, you've got to walk your talk. All right. Something is coming in to do with that. Now you have also got Saturn here coming in, and you've also got the solar eclipse revolution. So this is something that whether this is something that you need to speak up about, you may need to speak your truth, or you may need to do some research, or you need to exchange ideas with others, or have discussions with others, or talks with others. This is communication, and actually being upfront and being careful with what you say, but nonetheless speaking up, and getting your views across, and and actually putting it out there what your views are at this time. So with Saturn, this is about some sort of truth. So you could be hearing a truth, or you could be giving a truth to others, or you could be a truther and you work online, and you're getting messages out to people. So it's about that, but it can have a little bit of a hard edge to it, because this is no nonsense. This anything that is wobbly or not set in a good foundation will fall away under the Saturn energy. It is very much a realistic energy. It's about what is practical, what is going to stand the test of time. So however it applies to you in the third house, it could be contract or document related. It needs to be in a very strong, firm foundation. All right. There can be no cracks or wobbles there. It can also be that a realistic look needs to be taken at something to do with this third house. Now this can be to a contract or a document or a conversation, or you may need to sit down with somebody and put your case forward. It can also be that some sort of course correction is required here. So it may be that you have been going in a certain direction and now you need to change course in some way. It can also be that you have a mentor, or you have somebody around you that is really putting you through your paces at this time. As I said, you may have to walk your talk. It could also be to do with families. As I said, family members do come into this third house. This can be general relatives, aunts, uncles, cousins, and siblings. So there could be some truths or some sort of realistic conversations that need to happen at this time. And I say that because you've got Artemis Guardian, and she says you and your loved ones are safe and spiritually protected. So if you are, needing to express certain things or get certain things clear, or you may need to get a few guidelines, get a system or a structure in place. Perhaps it's to do with your family. Perhaps something needs to be put in place so that each of you are, looking after each other, or you have something in place which is going to stand the test of time. It could, as I said, it could be a conversation or something that's going to be initiated. It could also be something to do with like an authoritative figure in your life. It could be somebody that's got authority in your life at this time. It's also about maturity. It's about wisdom, and it can also be something that's slow moving at this time. The third house is ruled by Mercury. Things like to move quickly there, but with Saturn, it's saying that there could be a few frustrations around communications or documents or contracts, because Saturn slows things down. It's the Lord of Karma and the Lord of Time. So there could be something coming back to you which now needs to be dealt with because of the return energy, the karmic energy, but also there could be a truth, or you need to deliver it, or something needs to be discussed and sorted out so that there's clarity and a strong foundation is put in place. So as I said, with Artemis Guardian, you and your loved ones are safe and spiritually protected. So have faith in that, okay? Have faith in that. But what she's saying is that you need to focus on the love and light that is within you, and be a guiding light for others. So be careful, as I said, be careful what you say at this time, what you are expressing and what you are manifesting for yourself. Have care. Because you need to be a guiding light, or you need to stand strong in some way. And with the Saturn energy, you may need to say a few truths, as I said. But this is about spreading your love and light. You may just be that little fire for somebody who's in the darkness, or who just hasn't, who is taking, having a bit of a trouble at this time, or is just feeling a bit down. You may need to just lighten them up, or show them that you're strong and that you are positive and optimistic, or however it's manifesting for you. But focus on the love and light that was within you and spread that around at this time. It's very valuable energy, and it's never wasted. It's always going to be useful and helpful to anybody that you come into contact with, but it could, as I said, be related to people that you're around. It could also be that if you are somebody who is online, who is an influencer of some sort, and you are somebody that is disseminating information, or perhaps publishing something or releasing information, that you focus on the love and light within yourself and spread that. This is positivity. This is the light at the end of the tunnel for some people. It's about being a guiding light for others, and just know that your loved ones are safe and spiritually protected, but you need to just focus on this, spread that around, and that will light somebody else's path at this time. Then lastly, we have got solar eclipse revolution. So as I said, this may have already been in your energy, or from June, but it could also be still this energy coming in. Now this is a change of direction, or some sort of epiphany or turning point that's coming in. Now this will force you into the present moment. Something will come up. It could be an upheaval, or it could just be something it could even be some sort of truth that is released, some sort of truth that comes in, and this causes this sort of upheaval or revolution. But really what the solar eclipse is all about is self-mastery. So whatever occurs, however it comes up, whatever gets said, or whatever you hear, it could be news that you're receiving, it's going to change something in your environment. It's going to change something in you. Now, normally solar eclipse affects relationships, but it can also affect professions, the work that you do, or where you are working, your career, and so on. Perhaps there's some sort of shift or change happening there, or it could also be to do with a relocation. So however it comes in for you, it's about knowing that this change is necessary and important. And this is going to shift the energy. As I said, it could be an epiphany or a turning point for you, but it's how you manage the change that is most important. And this is where your words come in. Choose your words with care, your manifestations. What are you manifesting? Have care. And it's about how you're managing your energy. How are you managing your attitude? How are you actually going to roll with this change? How are you going to initiate the change? What are you going to do? What are you going to take charge of? So be positive, be optimistic. And yes, you may feel a bit uncomfortable once the changes come in. You may already have, as I said, have been going through this. You may feel a bit uncomfortable initially, but once you get the hang of it and you are open and welcoming to the change, knowing that it's necessary, then you're on your way to solving things, and sit on a positive course. Whatever you create under Saturn will be long lasting, okay? Because Saturn forces you to create something good, something solid. So and that's the kind of process you go through. It's that transitionary process can be a bit uncomfortable. It could be moving you out of a rut, as well. It could also be moving you out of a situation which you've wanted to leave for some time. You just didn't know how to do it, you know, or you weren't aware of how to get out of it. So it could be sort of levering you out of a situation. But it could also be that you've got to dive in to something, an existing situation, and fix, change, or create something better. And you will create something better on the other side of this energy. It's all encompassing. It can be an upheaval, but it can also really open a lot of things up for you, and you will create better on the other side of this. But it's self-control and self-mastery, really, that is the key there. Okay, Libra, I hope you enjoyed that. Please take care. Please don't forget to like and share, or like and subscribe. Have a wonderful month, and I will see you next time.